Imagine I'm speaking to you now, and like if I was worried that my thoughts are going to go all over the place, there's different elements to it. So one element is like I would always tell people that, you know, when someone takes the time to speak to you, you should, like me personally, I would really show that person a lot of respect because they're giving you their time, and their time is their life. So it's like literally someone saying, here's my life, I'm giving some of it to you. And so when someone is giving you that precious gift of their life, how should you respond to that? Should you just like throw it out? Like they're giving you their life and you just like throw it out, throw it out, throw it out, throw it out. Like, or should it be that like you really value it and you kind of see it as like this person's giving me their life, like I need to be very focused. And the reason why I'm saying this is because part of this is like you. I believe that you can't get to your position without having to focus in certain circumstances in a very specific way. So I believe that you have the capability to do it, but it may be that in certain situations you're kind of like switching off. So if there was a very extreme situation, a very extremely serious situation, do you think that you can actually focus and you could do it? Or is it like, no, even if it's like life and death, I still can't? So if you have the capability, then maybe it's just the way that you're looking at the situation, that it's not occurring to you in a certain way where it gives you that heightened focus. And so part of, for me, it would be like, look, he's serious about this. He's here. He's taking time out away from his family to be here. Like, I need to be very serious about the way I interact with others. So I'm saying that that's like the base foundation before we even start getting into a conversation that I would do, right? So I would say that this is the way you need to think about the people that you're having meeting with, and you need to be thinking about the people that you're having interactions with as like it's actually something very valuable, very important, and that you need to like heighten your focus for it. So that's what I would do in terms of like my mindset towards it. Then physically, like I said, I would actually write things down. So if I was going to meet with you and I was just like my head's all over the place, sometimes I would prepare for the meeting. So for example, you might just want to sit back, close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, just take it easy. Just maybe if you want to do adhkar, whatever, but just get into that mode where you're kind of ready for that meeting, right? And then when you're ready for the meeting, then you basically get into the actual meeting. And when you get into the meeting, then I would actually take notes and I would make sure that I'm listening very carefully to what they're saying. I would ask questions, I would do that kind of stuff. So these are some of the things I would kind of advise to do that, you know. And what they say, they say repetition is the key to mastery. Repetition is the key to mastery, right? So what that means is that if you keep repeating something, you become the master of it, right? And so in the same way, if you were to choose something like this and you were to say it to yourself every day, eventually you would start thinking that way. And this is how brainwashing works on a mass basis, right? Like the first time someone says something like, oh yeah, okay, you know, Muslims are bad or Muslims are terrorists, the first time they say it to someone who's never heard it before, it doesn't really stick. But they say that again and again and again and again and again and again until it becomes their thinking, that they are actually like that. And I'm saying you can use those techniques on yourself. And these are techniques that I've used on myself. So for example, one of the things I keep saying every day, I've been saying it for maybe 10, 15 years, I don't know how long, but I say to myself every day, Alhamdulillah, this is the Qadr of Allah and it is perfect for me. Okay, so this is something I keep saying to myself to remind myself that whatever happens, this is the Qadr of Allah and it's perfect. So when something bad happens that I don't like, or I think it's bad, or I feel bad, I will say the same thing to myself. And it's got to a point now when even bad things happen now, I'm like, look, there's definitely some good in it. Allah's like written it. But that's happened because I've been saying it to myself every day. And so in the same way, if you're feeling like I need to get this in my head, I would just repeat that with myself every day. So in my morning routine, I would just do that every day. The other thing you can do apart from like the whole meditating stuff, you can also do journaling. Journaling is very good for people that have a lot of jumbled up thoughts, where you just basically write everything down, you get it out. There's also another app called Sabr, which is like a Muslim meditation app. I don't know if you've heard of it, but you should check that out as well. It might be more aligned to you, basically. It's called Sabr, and it's on iTunes, I think. It's one of my students who did it. It's a really good app, so check that out as well, inshallah.